when it comes to actually hiring a marketing team, do you have any hacks or tips on hiring? And is it different if you're hiring an individual contributor or someone to be a manager or at an executive level? Like, how do you approach that?
Yeah, it's 100% different. So hiring individual contributors is way easier. So do the interviews, do the group interviews, do all that stuff. The main thing that will single-handedly up-level your recruiting system and your hit rates on bringing on amazing people is during your recruitment process. This is a lot easier for individual contributors, but for every role that you're hiring, come up with a test project. Pay for this test project. Don't be an asshole. Pay people for their time. Interviewing and doing test projects for companies is a lot of work. People have bills to pay. They usually have full-time jobs. They got kids. They got all sorts of stuff going on. Pay them for their fucking time, but come up with a test project. I like to scope a test project that's like, the better part of a weekend or like a couple of evenings, someone can get it done. So enough meat that someone can show what they can do, but not like weeks of work, right? So scope it correctly. Like if you're hiring like a staff writer or an in-house writer for your marketing team or your blog, it's pretty easy. Have them write a blog post. Give them the exact same workflow that they would have if they joined. So however you pick your topics and approve outlines or briefs or posts, or just do that same system, give them a post and say, hey, here it is. And just tell them, you know what? Doesn't matter if what the quality is, we're going to pay you anyway. And what I like to do is tell them, like, look, I'm not even going to use your work. Okay? It's not even going to end up on our blog because it gets too messy. It's too complicated, right? Just say, like, look, we're just going to do a fake post, but we're going to pretend it's real. Everything was real. If you were an employee, we would ship it. But we're just going to see, you're going to get to see our process, how we do things, make sure it's a good fit for you because you're going to be doing this every week. Well, if you join, right? Like, do you really want to do this? You're going to find out. And then you get to see what their output is, right? Directly. Yeah, a lot of people can talk their way through an interview. It's way harder to like actually do the work. And so yes, these test projects are ultimately fake because you don't use the work, but they should be real work. Don't come up with a contrived, like McKinsey-esque, like how many tennis balls can I fit in a 747? No one gives a fuck. And that doesn't pertain to any role at all. Like come up with something real that's in the day-to-day of the job. Have them go do that, right? Come up with a social media manager. Okay, we're going to launch, pick a feature that's already launched and say, pretend we were launching this feature in 2 weeks and we were going to blast our social accounts, come up with 7 pieces of creative across all of our social accounts that you would recommend we push on this feature, right? The other trick I like to do is I like to leave the project kind of open-ended, right? You don't want to give them like exact instructions on how to do every step because then they're just going to follow your instructions. And all you've proven is, can they follow your instructions? What you really want to see is what do they do when things are a little murky and open-ended? Do they push for quality? What do they obsess about? What do they value? So give them make sure the description of the project is clear and they have what they need, but then just sort of like let them take it where they want to. And you will see where they like to go naturally. And then you'll be able to assess, is this person a good fit for the marketing philosophy and program and company philosophy and culture and all that stuff? And you'll be able to judge it off of what people can actually do, not a bunch of generic bullshit on their resume. Well, I went to this school or I had this GPA or whatever. It's actual, skill, right? So that's what I recommend.
Hey, it's Ryan here. If you like that video, please click the like and subscribe button somewhere down there and check out the full interview right over here. Go on, click it. You know you want to.